Well, Instagram always makes me so nervous. Did I tell you this?
No.
Okay, so before we ever get started, I have to go into Instagram, obviously to Tommy Bracco's Instagram page. Right, as one does.
Obviously. As one does.
Obviously, as one does. But like, okay, so with StreamYard, you have to copy like a streaming thing from Instagram and put the key into StreamYard. But then you have to go back to Instagram and you wait on the screen as it's doing our little elevator music countdown. And then like 0.2 seconds before we actually go live through StreamYard on Facebook and whatever, I have to click go live on Instagram. But it never like automatically like opens up and I'm sitting there, I'm like, come on. Yeah.
That is
super
stressful.
annoying. Yeah.
That's stressful.
Hello. Happy Monday. It's a Monday and we're doing our show on a Monday. What?
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, whatever sex, shape, size, color, origin, I don't know, Hogwarts house, Pokemon team, I don't care. Happy freaking Monday. It is the Monday before the Tonys.
And
What? What?
And
what? I don't,
happy freaking Pride.
Oh, jeez. I was like, there are so many things. And the audience choice awards, and the Drama Desk Awards, and more Soda Scout stuff, and Patti freaking Lapone. Like, I'm like, and what?
No, it's Pride Month. It is like
a
very amazing month.
Yes, and I'm going to get all the Pride playbills I can.
Yes, so like first off, my favorite time of year because the playbills go rainbow, which is like love to see it. Love a rainbow playbill. Love when the playbills go off the chart anyway, in any way, shape, or form.
Did you see our little friends on the Kit Kat Club complain that the eye, like the cabaret eye, should have been rainbow?
No, but I agree. I agree. The more rainbows, the better.
Okay. But like, as I like get like this up close, trying to grab my box of playbills, I don't know how I feel about that.
I have a Pride playbill from Eddie's run.
I don't know where my Pride playbill is right now, but you know what I just came across? Don't judge me. This sits next to me at all times. Do you see this?
Avenue U.
But do you see where it's from?
It's very cute.
It's French. This is a French version of Avenue Q. Oui. Yes, Avenue Q in Paris. Oui.
Yeah.
Showing off my junk. Well, welcome everybody to the Broadway Fan Club podcast. Your one-stop shop.
You were gonna like rap. You were like, welcome everybody to the Broadway podcast. I was like, we're like.
I mean, I have been my lighting is all crazy. I have been watching a lot of Glee. Like I've been binge watching Glee again. Probably because of Darren, since it's been like, a hot minute. But why not? Yeah, they're doing like their Stomp episode right now at the end of season 4, and I'm like, oh, but it's like all the babies, like baby Leah Michelle, baby Darren, baby Johnny Groff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So I've been enjoying it. I'm texting Casey.
Yeah, as I was saying about Pride, I just want everyone to, enjoy your playbills, but also like take a peek in your community, see if your community is doing anything for Pride, and like join them. Like maybe they're doing like a drag queen like storybook hour, and maybe they're doing like a little Pride parade. Maybe they're just doing like a little like seminar, like whatever, they're a flag raising.
I mean, I live in like the capital of Pride. Like Orlando Pride goes all freaking out, and I love it.
I can't even talk about my city. We'll talk about it on a different pod. We had the flag raising last year. They decided to stop doing it. It's very controversial.
Boo.
Yeah, boo. So hopefully we'll get some new leadership in there soon who will reinstate that policy.
Yeah, let's hope. Oh my God, are those little puppies?
I have little puppies, yes. They're sleeping.
Oh, well, boo. Do you want to talk about the fur puppies, or are you ready to just get into all of the drama, literal drama that happened this
Yeah,
past week?
I mean, y'all, I have some puppies. I'll show them before the end of the episode. I don't want to wake them up prematurely if they're sleeping right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, I'm a foster. So, like, when I get the call from the organization that I work with and they say, like, can you do this? I'm usually like, I'll be there.
Mm-hmm. And
So
their names are really cute too.
they gave me a call. They said, can you come get these guys?
They're so cute.
That's Martha and Guillermo, whom I love. Guillermo is the tiny little one, and then Martha is the bigger one.
Do we think that they named Guillermo after Guillermo from What We Do in the Shadows?
You know, I don't really know.
Okay. Well, we can give them new Broadway names. If you're joining us right now, in the comments, let us know what names Amber should call the puppies. Whether or not that's going to happen.
I was thinking like a Claire and Oliver kind of.
Oh my God, freaking do it. Claire and Oliver, hashtag Fireflies, hashtag
Like
and
so
at
cute.
Baby Homecoming.
Like some little Claire and Oliver babies because like
Okay, done.
that's
Okay.
adorable, right?
Done. Close that book. But if you have any other suggestions that beat Claire and Oliver, which I don't think you're going to be able to do, throw them out in the comments for sure.
Try me.
Oh, she's feisty. She's a feisty girl tonight.
I am feisty.
I love this time of year because every 5 seconds it's something else going crazy. Did you hear about the letter, which we'll go into a little bit during our news section, the letter that originally was released to the public that is like, oh, it's 500 signatures, hit 6,000 signatures?
I did not hear that. I heard that people are freaking jerks because I heard originally that it was like a Google Doc where people could go in and like sign it, and that people went in and were like putting like stupid things in there too.
Well, that's what happens. It's hard. So, do we want to get into
that? Like some people got a hold of it, not that like industry professionals were. People got a hold of it and were putting like stupid, like ridiculous things in mixed with it, and that people had to go through it.
There were some Bart Simpson-esque names,
right? Like ridiculous things that needed to be pulled out.
Yeah,
but that's just what I heard.
Well, do you want to get directly into Broadway news? We could kick off the hour with our Patti LuPone nonsense issues. That's a new word, issues. We can talk about what's coming up on the Tonys, as we see in our comment section. The one and only Jeffrey Cohen said that they disclosed what shows to be performing. Yes, they sure did. I have my thoughts. I am sure Amber has thoughts, and I am sure all of you guys out there also have your thoughts.
Yeah.
But like my favorite, I'm going to have to just say it now. And please, if you hate it, I'm sorry. Jonathan Groff performing both in Just in Time and in Hamilton.
I agree.
Done. Love it. He's just the best. Yeah.
Give me a double scoop of that saliva.
Okay, think what's the grossest thing that's ever come out of your mouth to me? Just ever.
You know? I'm in a rare form.
That was pretty gross, babe.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
One of our Just in Time members said the other day that their partner that was sitting with them, quote, would have paid double because they didn't realize how close they were in the splash zone, and they would have paid double for the tickets. I was like, people are freaks. No kink shaming, but also like, I don't know what.
I just want to put this out there. I did see a couple of photos courtesy of Leah Michelle's Instagram story. So thank you, Leah Michelle. I just really hope that Jonathan had a great time at Beyonce. He deserves it. And I know he got his life. And I just hope he had a great time.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
That's That's all I have to say about that. I just hope he had a good time. I just want him to have I just want a good thing for him.
That's very nice of you to do that. I mean, he did make everybody freaking cry during his Tony's acceptance speech last year. Speaking of people that make people cry, no, I'm just kidding. I was talking about enjoying and deserving to have a good time. You and I were talking about it. I think we wanted to maybe start a new Smash group tonight, yeah?
Like I said, the member did reach out to me and said that they had a lot of posts that were pending.
Previous information for those of you coming into the conversation, Amber and I had been asked by a member of ours to create a Smash group like 8 months ago. And then that person never did anything with it. So Amber and I are like, hey, we want to do this, and hey, we want to do this, but like it's your group, like it's not ours. We're just kind of helping you facilitate it. And the person kind of like ghosted us, and we're like, hey, like there's a lot of people are asking questions. We want to be able to do this. That's very the Broadway fan club-esque, but like your group, your thing, like we don't want you to feel like we're taking it over. That person then blocked both Amber and I and removed us from the group. But we had a couple of members that have reached out asking if we have a group, and a specific member today reached out to Amber and said that they had a ton of posts pending. And the reason I bring it up on air, not for any drama, but because there is a new group or new Broadway sessions. I can't even talk. New Broadway sessions that's going to be happening. So there was supposed to be a Broadway sessions by our dear friend Ben Cameron, who's literally texted me. That's why I thought of it. But it was supposed to be a Real Women Have Curves show. And because of the Tonys and everything, now Thursday, June 5th at 10 p.m., which is like a couple days from today, Ben's Broadway sessions is going to not only feature Smash, so performances from the cast of Smash, but also the quote, fabulous standbys from the Beau the Musical, which I cannot wait to find out more about. But there is a slew of people that are performing out of Smash. So if you guys want to check that out, hit us up. You can purchase them at the Green Room 42. But please don't miss out, because Ben hosts, like I personally been to the Broadway sessions. They are so freaking much fun because it's just hanging out, but it's like a talent show meets like exclusive performances meets like fun, like talk show games meets live music meets just good personalities, good people. It's an intimate setting without feeling overwhelming. It's just so lovely. So, and Ben did not pay us to say that. I just really do love Ben. So if you can go check that out on Thursday, please go and do, because that's fun. But also, guess who I talked to today, Amber?
Kristen Chenoweth.
Yeah, no. I would be like, oh my God. Also, I realized my shirt makes me look like an Oompa Loompa today. It's totally great. No, I talked to our dear friend Fran over at Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS. Love us some Fran. Love Fran. Broadway Cares. We just adore Broadway Cares so much.
We stand really, Fran.
We are Fran stands. But do you know where I'll be at the end of June?
I'm assuming in New York.
I'm going to watch a bunch of really gorgeous and talented people bear it all for Broadway Bears.
Love it.
I'm super freaking stoked. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. This year, I want to say the official title. I'm going to find it for you because it was stupid cute. It's quote 200 of New York City's. Not read tonight at all. Yes, so it is Come Out is the official title. It is a Wizard of Oz freaking themed Broadway Bears. If you're not familiar with Broadway Bears, it's 200 of New York City's most dazzling dancers. It is a full-out, larger-than-life production. There's musical numbers, but y'all, they are just burlesque gorgeous bodies. I'm so freaking excited. So I will be right there. Tickets are still available through Broadway Cares. We'll post those pictures up on our page. But let's get into the nitty gritty. Now that the fun stuff's out of the way, we're talking about gorgeous people getting very close to being naked, and doing it artistically.
No, wait, I want to go back to the Smash thing. But like we were saying, so I got a message, and this person was basically saying, like, they had all these pending posts, and they were wondering, like, what was going on with the group, because they were like,
because they thought we ran the group.
They were like, that's like not like you guys, and I was like, I'm so sorry, like, we're actually like not affiliated with this group anymore. Like, this is what happened, and they were like, oh, like, that's really unfortunate. Like, will you let me know, like, if you guys ever start a new one, because like we're really like looking for like a community, like, and I was like,
and they know that we run so many.
I was like, well, I guess we're restarting Smash, but because we also don't like to step on toes. However,
I don't think it's stepping on toes if people are being left on red, essentially.
I agree. If the group isn't being like taken care of, I feel like people need an outlet.
Yeah, no, I agree. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. But I think to kind of kick it off too, for the first 100 members that join by Friday, so what is that, the 6th? Stand by.
Yeah, I think so.
Look at me. My concussion's getting better. I'm excited. Yeah, so for the first 100 people that join by Friday the 6th, you guys will all be entered in to win a poster in spectacular form that was donated by one of our members from the opening night with like the bombshell with the glitter. It is freaking gorgeous. And it'll be yours. So join us. As long as we get to 100 by Friday, the first 100 members will get it. We will post the link across the way and on our website, which I could throw up right now. Then we're going to get to the nitty gritty, but make sure you go to the BroadwayFanClub.com to check out all of our groups, and we'll make sure we add that one as well. So moving right along, because we got a lot to cover, my friend, a lot.
Right along.
Do we want to get into the Patti drama, like deep into it now?
I feel like we should just cover it. We should just get it over with.
Let's just go over it.
Talk about it. Okay. Just talk about it. Just get it over with. Talk about
it. Sounds fine. All right. So do you want me to kind of run by a little bit of what's been going on with dear old Patti LuPone?
Well, we talked about it a little bit last week. So if people should remember, you know, we did talk about the situation last week.
Yeah, not as much as it's exploded. There was the initial conversation of Patti made some really not nice comments to Keisha Lewis and Audra McDonald. But it has now turned into, the numbers I read were over 6,000. I don't know which ones are the Bart Simpson-esque or not. But Tony winners, including James Monroe Iglehart, freaking love him, Malaya Joy Moon, Wendell Pierce, they have all attached themselves to a letter. The letter, just so you guys know, goes to the American Theater Wing and the Broadway League, along with just the greater theater community in general. For those of you that do not know, the American Theater Wing and the Broadway League are the ones who bring you the Tony Awards. These are the producers of it. So I can read a little bit of it. I don't want to read the whole thing. Are you good with that, Amber?
Yeah, don't read the whole thing.
Okay. Well, no, I'm saying, are you good with me reading part of it?
Yeah.
I'll kind of cliff notes it for you. That shows my age right there. So it starts, open letter from the Broadway theater community on May 30th to the American Theater Wing, the Broadway League, and the greater theater community. This is not a petition. It is an open letter, a collective call-in to our community. We write not to shame or isolate, but to speak with honesty, clarity, and care. This is a call for accountability, justice, and respect, rooted in love for the art form and for the people who make it possible. We believe our community can do better. We believe it must do better, especially when harm is done to those who have given so much to this industry. So it goes into what we just discussed, Patti has made deeply inappropriate and unacceptable public comments about, Audra McDonald and Keisha Lewis. The exact terminology that was phraseable, we'll put it, is she was called a bitch, and essentially there was some racialized disrespect amongst it, with a little bit of weight thrown about it. We'll leave it there. I can post a link about the letter as well. But what they are looking to do, and the call to action that anybody that is signing this letter is asking for, the call to action is to validate diversity, celebrating stories as diverse as the American people, champion creative expression, advocating for artists' rights to speak through their work, support growth and create connection, nurturing and respecting artists at every stage of their careers, make excellence known and inspire artistic greatness. So this is all essentially the values of the American Theater Wing that they are trying to call them on for it now. The additions that they're asking to take immediate action are kind of interesting. So individuals, quote, including Patti LuPone, who use their platform to publicly demean, harass, or disparage fellow artists, particularly with racial, gendered, or otherwise violent language, should not be welcomed at industry events, including the Tony Awards, fundraisers, and public programs. Now, let's touch on that for a moment. Being somebody who's in a lot of industry events and whatnot, I can see where it makes some people very uncomfortable that, Patti is somebody that they've been like really offended by, whether personally or in association with, and they're really upset. So do they want to be celebrating and they're like, oh my God, Patti LuPone is there, and they're going to be concerned that Patti is going to be like, turn down the music or get off the red carpet? Like, what do you guys think? What do you think, Amber? It's a lot.
It's a lot.
And that's just the first call to action. There's two more.
I think it's deeper than just Patti LuPone, to be honest.
Yes.
I think it's 100%. Hard to look and like go so hard on Patti when there are
why they're doing
many men who do terrible things and are still,
she is just the biggest target. She
right,
is
exactly.
Broadway diva, Broadway royalty. And to people, and am I a huge Patti LuPone fan? No. Do I like her? Yes. To me, this would be like if Kristen Chenoweth, did this, which I can never imagine to happen. But they are up there, like Adina and Kristen and Patti and Audra. Like, these ladies are up there, and they have these huge targets on them because they're supposed to, be. But
do I still think you should be a respectable human? Yes.
Yeah. Well, now here's something. Olivia, our dear girl Olivia, states, part of me is like, did she apologize because of a letter she saw, or is she sincere? Olivia, the nicest way of putting this is that it has come to the attention that it was done via her press team and public relations team. So
I mean, of course it is.
It was in response to a letter.
But at that point, like, Patti LuPone is damned if she does or damned if she doesn't. Like, she is damned if she does release a response. Yeah. She is damned if she does not release a response.
Yeah.
The only person who she truly owes apologies to are Audra McDonald and Keisha Lewis. Yeah. Those are the only two people that she owes genuine, verbatim words out of Patti LuPone's mouth. Like,
but at that point, do you even want to hear it? Because sometimes you get to a point where you're like, I don't even fucking care. I don't care. I don't even want to hear it. I feel it's disingenuous, like what Olivia says. Is it real or is it not real? There's a certain level of respect. Let's move on to the second call to action. Participation, recognition, and attendance in high-profile events must be contingent in conduct that reflects community values. This includes completion of comprehensive anti-bias or restorative justice programs, so pretty much rehabilitation into the community before reentry into public-facing spaces. And theater institutions must adopt and enforce clear, transparent policies for addressing harmful behavior, regardless of an individual's fame or tenure in the industry. That went 100%. I don't care who you are. Well, I'm getting angry. I don't care who you are. You are part of the community. First and foremost, do it to not be a dick. Sorry to call Patti LuPone or anybody else a dick, but really, like, do it because you want to be a good person in your industry and support your community. Don't do it because, you know, it's, I don't know. I don't know how to.
Right. I just like,
don't wait for this to bubble to the top.
I don't know how to like ask people to like be a good person. Like, I just don't know how to do that.
Yeah. That's a great way of putting it. I don't know how to ask somebody to be a good person. For sure. It's stupid.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep. There's a couple more. What I really appreciated that they put in here. Our industry is under threat. The arts are being defunded. Theater programs are disappearing and artists are being pushed to the margins. We need each other now more than ever. We need community. We need leadership and we need accountability. To the Keshas and Audras of our past, present, and future, you are the soul of this community. We honor your brilliance, your resilience, and your impact. You deserve more than applause. You deserve protection. You deserve respect. To the leaders of our industry, a belief in a belief in justice, equity, and inclusion must mean something, not just in statements, not just in programming, but in how we act when those values are tested. Accountability is not an attack, it is an act of care. I agree. Hold yourself accountable. We are calling for action, not to punish, but to protect, not to divide, but to strengthen. A stronger, healthier, more equitable Broadway is possible. One where all artists are treated with dignity, safety, and respect. Now, is it ever going to be to the point where people are going to be like, oh, hey, I'm a nice person, and then just act like a dick? Or are we finding a point where I don't think it's ever going to be a point where everybody is in one harmonious glow?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, I'm going to pull up the list to see how many people. Just if you guys ever open up the sign the letter, it says, since LuPone has issued a statement of apology, we will be collecting names for this letter. Okay, so officially Broadway individuals for the Broadway community, list of 700 just Broadway community. So you have performers, lighting designers, casting directors, stage managers, dressers, engineers, video designers, etc. And then they actually have the email for Theater for Change, and you can read through all of it out there and see who signed up. So, yeah, I think that I think we should always be holding each other accountable. But in what aspect, you have to kind of question it. Is Patti being ultra targeted because it's Patti freaking LuPone? I think so. Did she make, and I'm not dismissing it. I'm not going to win people over either way. I think what she did was really inappropriate and uncalled for, and she should be held to the highest level of accountability. But has this been happening with other people all the time? Absolutely. Why is it coming to light in the community right now? Because it's Patti LuPone. You would think after 40 plus years in the industry, she would know not to do this.
Yeah, and like you said, it's not that it's that she's under more scrutiny because she's Patti LuPone. I think she should be held to a higher standard because she's Patti LuPone.
I agree. Set the example for everybody else.
Set the example.
Yeah, lead by
example. Lead by example. Exactly.
If I always said when they say a smile is contagious.
Yeah.
If somebody's having the worst day, and this is just good food for thought for everybody out there. If you're in a bad mood, smile. It literally triggers your brain to put you in a better mood. But if you just smile, I used to work at Disney a long time ago, and I just got off a Disney cruise this morning, where I was very stressed out because of my mom. Just fine. Not to call my mom out. But, I could see myself stressed out, but there were parents with screaming children and couples fighting. But at Disney, they had the 5-10 rule, or the 10-5 rule, whatever they called it. If you're within 10 feet of somebody, you acknowledge them with a wave or a smile, something like you're close enough. And then if you're within 5 feet, you say hello, hi, how's your day going? Just giving a little bit of interaction for people is really nice. I think that Broadway needs a 10-5 rule of just like, hey, here's this thing. You're a good actor. You're known for this. You're known for this. Don't be a dick. Just plain and simple. Chris Levy, why did you tell me you were on a cruise and would have never run up your Wi-Fi in time? Chris, I had asked you all about the cruises and I told you. I thought I did. And you didn't run up my Wi-Fi. I was paying through AT&T. So, but yeah, last minute, like literally my mom and I booked Wednesday. We left Friday out of Fort Lauderdale. We came back. So, but yeah, just lead by example. And, if you feel like it's unfair to you, and I'm not talking about the Patti LaPointes of the world, I'm talking about anybody. If you feel like that's too much pressure, then like kind of self-reflect, because you shouldn't have to work hard to be a good person. It should naturally happen. All right. What do we want to move on to? There's a couple of fun things to talk about. Some awards, some weird stuff. Oh, hold on. I'm going to read Olivia's comment because she's there. To me, come on. To me, someone like her, quote, Patti, should be held more accountable. She is someone people look up to and needs to be a role model. I get they are human. We all have our bad days, but never an excuse to be rude. Yeah. I just think it's don't be a dick. Sorry, Patti, but don't be a dick. Plain and simple. All right. What are we moving on to? You're driving this bus tonight.
All right. I mean, should we talk about the Drama Desk Awards?
I have the whole list pulled up. Is that what you want to do?
Sure, we can talk about it.
So, what do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about it.
Drama Desk. Okay. So, the 69th annual, was just hosted by Deborah Messing and Titus Burgess. Love. Pretty much a predecessor to the Tonys. It's really fascinating. And
really fascinating because they have gender neutral performance categories.
Yes. I'm looking at dates of stuff. Gender neutral categories. They have the best
separate winners.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. They have like more like part, like if you have a good scene partner, like Megan Hilty and Jennifer Smard. But their season ends a little bit differently. So the season is determined. It ended as of April 27th. And this for this year. And productions must run for 21 or more live performances to even be considered eligible. Meaning, like last year, Cabaret was not, I don't think Cabaret was eligible because they opened like 4 days before the Tony Awards.
Right.
Or before the cutoff. So really interesting.
Yeah.
But is it kind of like a, hey, this is who we think is going to win the Tonys too? Sometimes. Is it all the time? No. So let's go over for the award winners for outstanding play, or I'll just go over the list of who was there. So Blood of a Lamb, Deep Blue Sound, Grangeville, your favorite, John Proctor as a villain, Liberation, and Purpose. And Purpose won.
Right.
So and I think Felicia Rashad is producing it or directing it. For outstanding musical, it was between Boop, Death Becomes Her, Just in Time, Maybe Happy Ending, and Music City, which I've never heard of. But Maybe Happy Ending took that one. Outstanding revival of a play, Eureka Day, Garside's Career, Home, Wine in the Wilderness, and Yellowface, and Eureka Day took the best revival. For outstanding revival of a musical, which I have a feeling is it's between two for me for the Tonys. But it was between Cats the Jellicle Ball, Floyd Collins, Gypsy, Once Upon a Mattress, See What I Want to See, and Sunset Boulevard, and Gypsy took that. They also have a lot more people in the categories because, like what Amber said, it's gender neutral. So outstanding lead performance in a play, as we are primarily play people, most of these names don't look familiar, but Laura Donnelly of The Hills of California and Sarah Snick, The Picture of Dorian Gray, were the winners of that. Outstanding lead performance in a musical. It went between Tatiana Cordova from Real Women Have Curves, Darren Criss, Maybe Happy Ending, Sutton Foster, Once Upon a Mattress, Tom Francis, your boy, the one and only Soda Scout, from Sunset Boulevard. I love him so much. Jonathan Groff, Just in Time, Gray Ensign from Elf, Jeremy Jordan, Floyd Collins, Audra McDonald, Gypsy, Jasmine, Amy Rogers, Boop the Musical, Nicole Scherzinger, Sunset Boulevard, Helen J. Shen from Maybe Happy Ending, and Jennifer Smart from Death Becomes Her. And the winners for the best or the outstanding lead performance in a musical were Audra McDonald from Gypsy and Jasmine Amy Rogers from Boop. Outstanding feature performance in a play, the winners went to Amalia Yu from John Proctor's The Villain and Kara Young from Purpose. Outstanding featured performance in a musical, which I think it was a bit surprising to some. I knew at least 2 of those were going to happen just because of pure intuition. It was between Brooks Ashmanskas. I can never say it. How do you say his last name? Ashmanskas?
Yeah, I believe so.
From Smash. Nicholas Barash from Pirates of Penzance musical, Andre DeShields from Cats of Jellicle Ball, John L. Jor from We Live in Cairo, Jason Gauthier from I'm So Tired, My Eyes Are Really Crossed from Floyd Collins, Gracie Lawrence, Just in Time, Jack Malone, the standout, my God, Dear Bill kills me every time, from Operation Mincemeat, Leslie Margarita, our girl at Gypsy, Zachary Noah Pizer from See What I Want to See, Jenny Lee Stern from Forbidden Broadway, who we had on our show, Michael Urie, love him, Once Upon a Mattress, and Natalie Walker, The Big Gay Jamboree, and the winners from that were Brooks Ashmanskas from Smash, Jack Malone from Operation Mincemeat, and Michael Urie from Once Upon a Mattress. Outstanding solo performance went to Andrew Scott from Vanya. I mean, hello. Outstanding direction of a play went to John Proctor's The Villain. So when they're surprisingly over The Picture of Dorian Gray, but I could see where that goes. Outstanding direction of a musical. I don't think it's a surprise to anybody. Michael Arden from Maybe Happy Ending took that.
Damn Fireflies.
Right. Speaking of damn Fireflies, we have now just created our AI bot in that group, in Maybe Happy Ending group, and I named it Firefly, and it's a robot Firefly cartoon character, so it's really fun.
Remind me to talk to you about AI after the show.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a Facebook AI, so I'm not terribly worried about it. But outstanding choreography went to exactly who I thought it would be, which would be Jerry Mitchell from Boop the Musical. They were against Gypsy, Pirates, Ain't Done Bad, Cats, which, pretty intelligent, and Real Women Have Curves. Outstanding musical, shocker, Will Aronson and Hugh Park from Maybe Happy Ending. They were against David Foster for Boop, Real Women Have Curves, The Lonely Few, and We Live in Cairo. Outstanding lyrics, Maybe Happy Ending won over... Yes, everybody. Outstanding book of a musical. Maybe Happy Ending took that one too. Outstanding orchestrations. Just in Time. Andrew Resnick and Michael Thurber for Just in Time took the category for outstanding orchestrations. 100% agree. Outstanding scenic design of a play. They got from Stranger Things The First Shadow, which I cannot wait to see. Outstanding scenic design of a musical went to Maybe Happy Ending because it includes video design, which is very much a part of the show. Outstanding costume design of a play went to Our Town. Outstanding costume design of a musical, Boop the Musical, which I already knew. There was no way. It went against Death Becomes Her, which we talked this whole thing out last week. Just in Time, Cats Jellicle Ball, Gypsy, and the Big Gay Jamboree. Outstanding lighting design of a play went to Stranger Things. Outstanding
I hear the babies.
I can hear them too. Outstanding lighting design of a musical. If you're just tuning in, she means the puppies, not real babies. But outstanding lighting design of a musical, to me, it's surprising went to Sunset Boulevard because it's just that film noir, but I can see why it happened. But it went up against Philip S. Rosenberg with Boop the Musical, which that Act 2 opening scene that we showed on last week's show the call for that stage management is insane. Outstanding sound design of a play went to Stranger Things. Outstanding sound design of a musical went to Just in Time. Outstanding projection and video design, which is a newer category, went to The Picture of Dorian Gray, because Sarah Snook goes through 92 different costume changes between videos and has full-blown conversations with herself on screen or on stage. It's very cool. Outstanding wig and hair, which I love that they do that. Death Becomes Her. Why are we not surprised whatsoever? Outstanding puppetry, Becoming Eve. That's something you don't see at the Tonys. Outstanding fight choreography. Shocking there. Pirates, a Penzance musical. Outstanding adaptation went to Pirates. Outstanding review went to our friends over at Forbidden Broadway, Merrily We Stole a Song. And unique theatrical experience, which is probably my favorite drama desk category because it's something that I always strive for when I do a show. It went to The Picture of Dorian Gray. Then they had special awards for ensemble. They had the Sam Norkin Off-Broadway Award and then additional special awards. So it was pretty good for our friends at all of our shows. But yeah. So, all right, moving right along, what do we want to talk about?
I feel like since it is coming up, we should talk about where everyone is going to be watching the Tonys.
I was very fortunate that Chris Levy, dear friend to the show and to moi and Amber, I am going over to Chris's house. You're going to get very jealous when I say this next word.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
nice.
Puppies are barking up a storm.
They're playing.
But the one and only Michael Drolet, our little own Bach, is going to be my +1.
Cute.
Yeah, so we're going to go over to Chris's house, and then one of my besties, Brian, is also going. So it's going to be me and a bunch of so cute boys just sitting and watching the Tonys, and Chris is cooking, and I'm making food, and we're just going to sit around, and I'm going to be in heaven, and I'll probably video chat you, because are you watching them at home?
Oh, I'm having a date for one. It's going to be me, myself, and I. And I'm going
and the
to
puppies.
Love every moment of it.
Don't forget puppies. Claire and Oliver. Cannot forget Claire and Oliver.
But yeah, I just I read this online, and I wanted to make sure that the people knew about this, because I was like, oh, this is an important addendum to this little note. So you can watch it on CBS and you can stream it on Paramount Plus.
Right, which they always seem to change.
You can only stream it on Paramount Plus if you have the subscription that includes Showtime.
Yeah, it's a little
expensive. If you don't have that subscription, you can only watch it on demand on Paramount Plus after the fact.
Right, which is so crazy.
So make sure you know that fact.
Yeah.
Because I have Paramount Plus, but I have the Showtime one, and I was I've been fucking pissed. I'd have been pissed.
I mean, yeah.
I'd been real mad.
Luckily, I don't have to worry about any of that. That happens all to Chris Levy, so hopefully he's still watching.
The only reason I have it is for Yellow Jackets.
Okay, fair enough. So the last couple of years, well, let's see. Last year, I was at the American Express party at Lincoln Center, at the park. Hosted by Skylar Aston, and that was so much fun. Right. Still one of my favorite things I've ever done. I even changed my profile picture today back to went outside my Tonys, my choose the ride necklace made from one of our members over at Big Top for Water Elephants. And but a couple of years before that, I've been going to the Triad in the Upper West Side to Seth Rudetsky's party, which I saw Olivia's going to.
Right.
And so very fun, very intimate, like we talked about last week. And I was trying to check. I think Seth is still offering the streaming option as well. Let me double check. Yes, he just still does have a live stream option. So, but that is live stream of Seth's party. Meaning, and I've sat there with Alan, love Alan, the producer of that show, at the Triad, and they are literally live streaming from smart devices, and the Wi-Fi can go crazy, but you can watch the party of Seth, and then they will cut to the Tonys in between. So
Right.
it's kind of like when you're watching the Super Bowl and you're not watching the game itself, you're just watching the commentary. There will be some there, but it's not going to be too much. But yeah, the 78th annual Tony Awards ceremony, and it's
So
finally freaking back at Radio City Music Hall. Finally back.
And then, yes, as we mentioned last week, Good Night and Good Luck is going to air live on CNN the night before, live at 7 p.m., which is like a historic first, the first time a Broadway show has ever gone like live on public TV ever. So like, tune in, everybody, because like the more people that tune in, the more people will see like, this is a good idea. We need to do this more.
Well, we used to have it. Do you remember when Fox did the live versions and NBC was doing them around the holidays? But that was like live made-for-TV Broadway show. Right. Now, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can also watch Good Night and Good Luck on CNN.com.
I'm not sure.
Let me check. Because I personally don't have CNN. All right. While I do this, what is our next topic?
Our next topic. I actually kind of forgot what I was gonna say. I had it and now I lost it.
We can talk about a Ham for Ham. Oh yeah, so correct. So it is streaming live from the Winter Garden Theater live Saturday, June 7th at 7 p.m. across CNN, CNN International, and streaming on CNN.com. This announcement marks a historic Broadway first. Never before has a live play ever been what did they put? Oh, televised. I can't read right now. I have been up way too long without a nap. But what you doing?
Trying to remember.
It's like I lost her.
I'm frozen.
Too bad the TV's on in the back. Well, we can talk Ham for Ham.
Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about? Which shows are performing at the Tony Awards?
Oh, we didn't forget to talk about it. We still have a lot to cover about the Tonys, but we can go into that. While you pull up the list, I texted Chris to be like, hey, did you hear all of that, of what you have to have? Wink,
just
wink, nudge,
making
nudge.
Sure that you know it's important. Yeah.
And his exact response, I love you, Chris. I know you're still listening. I think so. Been listening for a while as we had our dinner. So I feel like I was just at dinner with Chris and Ned.
I love that.
I do too. And then he goes,
have the mashed potatoes, Chris.
But I do have Paramount Plus with Showtime for exactly this reason. Also for Elsbeth and Murder, She Wrote. So he on top of it. I don't need to worry about it. So, yes, it's always really funny when I can just tune in, or my friends can tune in while they're eating dinner. It's bizarre, but it's the best.
Yeah. All right. I have the list.
Okay. So this is the list of musicals performing at the Tonys.
This is the list.
Okay.
So as we discussed last week, there's going to be a reunion of sorts. A Hamilton reunion.
It's not a reunion of sorts. It is the reunion.
The reunion. It's going to have so many original company members.
10 years? 10 freaking years?
Do you want to know what happened with the first time I read through all the original company members?
What?
I completely missed Thane's name in the list. And I was like, what? They're getting together and Thane is not going to be a part. He has been with Hamilton since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
And he's going to opt out of this experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then I saw it. And all was right in the world.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to be so cool. I am very excited to see that.
I just love our little thing. Love it. So, and Jeffrey Cohen posted something, and I'm going to kind of approach that. So let's go over the list, and then we'll talk about the fact that Boop will not be performing. There's a couple of reasons, but why don't you go over the list of musicals performing at the Tonys?
All right. So we will get to see performances from the Best Musical nominees: Buena the Social Club, Dead Outlaw, Death Becomes Her,
I wonder who
Maybe Happy Ending, and Operation Mincemeat.
Mm-hmm. Plus,
we will also get to see performances from the Best Revivals of Musical: Floyd Collins, Gypsy, Pirates of Penzance, and Sunset Boulevard. There will also be some bonus performances, with some performances from Just in Time and Real Women's Have Curves.
Mm-hmm.
And a special appearance from the 2019 Tony Honor recipient, Broadway Inspirational Voices.
Which is incredible. Okay.
And that's it.
So to answer Jeffrey's question, and I'm going to really cannot talk right now. So Jeffrey said, I posted it, no Boop. They did not want to pay, a bad sign. Okay. So a couple of things there. If you were in the Best Musical category, you are opted if you want to perform or not. The only musicals nominated for Best Musical this year: Operation Mincemeat, Maybe Happy Ending, Death Becomes Her, and Dead Outlaw, and Buena Vista Social Club. Right. So Boop is not part of that. They're not a revival. They essentially didn't get the invitation to perform because they're just among the list of nominees. But the official statement behind the Tonys, and I know we've kind of talked about it before, but I'll touch on it again. So you don't have to pay to put your show into the Tonys. The production itself, like the show, you don't have to pay for. You have to pay for the expenses that are required to make the performance happen on the broadcast. Meaning, it's usually a new set that's being built, all rehearsal costs, all music costs, all union benefits, etc. Sometimes it's different costumes, the cost of rearranging the music for the certain amount of time allotted, which is usually quite expensive because you have to cut and splice material from different songs if you're doing a medley, and all the costs for the musicians for the pre-recording and simulcast and syndication, meaning the costs are astronomical. It could cost between $300,000 and $500,000 for one 4-minute spot on the Tonys. But the show doesn't have to pay the Tonys anything. The Tonys gets, reading what the Tonys gets to do is that they then turn around and sell advertising using the show specifically in their show as a means to get viewers in on their ads. So they're basically getting to produce a show where they don't have to pay for any of the performances. They get to then turn all of them for free and then turn around and sell ads and make money to pay for the actual broadcast of the thing and rental of the performance venue, etc. Does that make sense? So like, you don't have to pay as a show. You just have to pay the stuff in the background, but you're only paying for that if you're invited to do it as Best Musical or for something special like the revival with Gypsy, or something even more special like the 10-year reunion of Hamilton, which is also why Ham for Ham has been coming back. So I don't think at all it has anything to do with them not wanting to pay. I don't think they were invited to perform, to be very frankly honest, which is sad because I want everybody to see that show. We had a member that I was so happy, like, took my advice and actually reached out in one of our chats and was like, hey, because you told me I should go see the show, I did, and I loved it. And I think her exact words, stand by. Please stand by, because it was so sweet. La, 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 la. Please, everybody, enjoy my singing. She said, we saw Boop, based on your recommendation. It was the best. I smiled through the whole thing. And then she said, I wasn't expecting much and smiled so much through the whole thing, my cheeks hurt. It's just, and you think about it, there's no villain of the show. It's self-reflection. It's a growth.
Yeah.
Time is the villain, and I think that's just it in general.
Yeah.
But, all right. But yeah, so, all right, what's next? We didn't talk ham for ham.
I was gonna say I have like two quick little newses left.
Little newses, get in the little newses.
Well, we have couple of digital album releases coming this Friday.
Oh,
we have Boop, Buena Vista Social Club, and Wheel Rimmon.
Try it again.
Real Women Have Curves, all digitally releasing their albums this Friday. So make sure to pre-save, do all that good stuff where you get your album, where you listen to music, do all that. So that will be very exciting.
Yep.
Make sure you save all that. And then this week we're having like a really cool week at Real Women Have Curves. They're doing a like fan week.
Yeah, I mean, John Proctor as a villain did it.
Yeah, John Proctor keeps doing like spirit weeks, but
I love it. But you know who started all of that was Harry Potter and the Cursed Child.
Yeah.
They used to do house weeks.
Tomorrow night is Cantina night. There'll be a giveaway from Siete and Bogo's curve-themed cocktails at Friedman's. Wednesday night is a night of joy, an exclusive post-show performance by Joy Huerta. Thursday is a night of 200 dresses, fashionable giveaway, plus clothing drive in partnership with Bottomless Closet. Bring clothes to donate at the theater to help. Love a good donation moment. Friday is the cast release night, so celebrate their album release with a post-show performance by Joy and a listening party. Saturday is a surprise gift, as a special thank you to their audience, and same with Sunday.
I love it. I love it. I'm going to answer Jeffrey Cohen's question again. Why was Real Women Have Curves invited? Because if you're Best Original Score nominee, you were also invited. But because pretty much the Best Original Score category is filled with the nominees for Best Musical outside of Real Women Have Curves, that would be the only reason. So... yeah, it's going to be, let me tell you, it's going to be a hell of a night. There's 11 shows performing live on the Tonys. Cynthia Erivo is hosting it. I know there are massive amounts of people saying, if Tom Francis doesn't walk in through the Tonys and this big thing, and I was like, I want to see Cynthia Erivo do that.
Holding a soda. Do you know that people, okay, so listen, this is getting out of hand. People are like, people need to place sodas like in the alley for the walk, like strategically place sodas. People all over the comments on any video on his posts, people are like, is this Soda Scout?
And but did you notice his new sign on is Soda Scout, and then he pops his mouth?
And then anything that Soda Scout posts, they're like, is this Sunset Boulevard's Tom Francis? So like the people are it's just like it is just one bottle, one mission. Let's crack it open.
What you're saying is, oh, Olivia, do you not know about Soda Scout? Olivia, our dear friend.
We talked about this last week, Olivia.
I don't know. She's slacking on their retention of knowledge. But
I wore a Sandworm shirt because there is impending Beetlejuice news.
Oh yeah, go on. I know you've been dying.
There was some Instagram movement.
Do it again. Your eyebrows left your forehead.
Instagram movement. There was.
Which is rare when a show is just on tour.
The rumors are circulating, so we shall see what happens.
These are the rumors circulating. What were the rumors?
I don't want to say them. What if we're wrong?
They're not our rumors. We're just reciting information from Instagram.
True.
What if we're right?
That Beetlejuice is making a return to Broadway, like a tour stop. Kind of similar to what Annie did at Madison Square Garden. But the tour stop will be at the Palace Theater in between Glengarry Glen Ross and
Lost Boys. Whoop, whoop. Yeah, which I'm totally okay with. Like, go from real estate to spooky shit. Done. Yeah. Totally into done. It. Yeah. And that theater, oh my God. Can you imagine? Let's say they bring back, well, they can't bring back all the original cast.
But the rumor is, Heathers. What? Is it Alex or is it Justin?
Well, it's going to have to be Alex.
Yeah, so we'll see.
It would have to be. And then they could do it, I'm in my head already. They could do it because Heathers
and Teeter's in Heathers too.
Yes. So they could do it after Heathers is done and bring back most of the original cast, if not all of it.
Yeah.
Rob McClure better come back.
Oof. Love me some Rob McClure. Because David, who replaced Rob, is touring as Doc Brown on the Back to the Future tour.
Yep.
Which I am working on Thursday.
Yay! Oh, and you've seen it, right?
I have not.
You're going to go back in time. Okay, I'm so excited. I love that show.
So hopefully I get a cool job where I can see the show.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. For sure. Yeah, no. Okay. So if you're still tuning in and you're listening through our ramblings, we're so very excited because there's so much stuff happening. We didn't even go over the Audience Choice Awards. Do we want to go over those really quick?
If you want, sure. I'm good for whatever. I got to eat dinner still, so.
There's no shame in not eating. For 5 more minutes. Stand by.
5 more minutes.
Right.
We're still
Can I tell you, I'm going to just be that girl. So I played trivia last night on the ship. It was Disney Tunes trivia where they had a piano player play like the smallest snippet of a song. Why are you typing in my ear? Girl?
I'm Googling.
Yeah, mute yourself. I'm going to mute you. I'm muting you. Goodbye. But there was a piano player, and it was like the quickest snippet, and I was playing by myself. There was a girl playing by herself, and I was like, do you want to pair up? Because like on Disney Cruise Lines, you win like a rubber medallion with the character. It's hysterical. I'll read Chris's comment in a section. Second. Anyway, so I pair up with this girl, and we're like, oh, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Orlando. Where are you from? She's like, I'm from Lake Mary, which is 15 minutes from my house. I'm like, oh my God, amazing. And we're talking. She's like, what do you do? And I'm like, I host a podcast with one of my like best friends, and we run this company called the Broadway Fan Club. She's like, you're the Broadway Fan Club? And I was like, yes. And then hold on. Make that you're off mute now. And I was like, yes. And she goes, okay, I'm a middle school drama teacher. I teach chorus and I teach musical theater. And our kids listen to you guys, and I listen to you guys. Oh my God. And I was like,
that's funny.
It was so cool, but I was like, we were destined to meet Ben.
Shout out to those kids.
Yeah, shout out to the middle schoolers. Whoop, whoop. Chris Levy, I'm sure they're really enjoying us saying the F-bomb all night. Chris goes, how sad is it that my first thought wasn't Amber is singing 6, but Amber is singing Mickey Joe Theater's theme song.
That's funny.
6. It was 6. Let's get into Broadway.com. We'll finish that up with the 25th annual Broadway.com Audience Choice Awards, which is the only major theatrical awards where the nominating jury and voting committee. I am putting you on mute. If you keep doing that.
I'm pulling up the Mick.
I have it. Oh, the Mick things. The Mickey Joe Theater's theme song.
The Mick things.
It is the only magical. You guys can tell when we're both tired. It's so fun. The only magical. I feel like I'm on something and I'm not. I had cupping done at the physical therapist today. I think it's turned my brain into more goo. It is the only major theatrical awards where the nominating jury and voting committee is made up entirely of regular Broadway fans, meaning 98% of the groups that we run, that we have contact with, the theaters, like general management, production team, marketing, whatever, have been blowing me up going, hey, can you tell your members to vote for us? Hey, don't forget to. I'm kind of glad that's over. I love them so much. So much. Right. So, I can summarize it. The campy horror comedy Death Becomes Her is the most awarded show with 6 wins. Including favorite new musical, favorite leading actress in musical for Megan Hilty, and favorite onstage pair for both Hilty and Jennifer Simard. Kit Connor, who made his Broadway debut in Romeo and Juliet, was the most awarded performer overall, with 3 wins, including in the leading actor in a play category, with his co-star Rachel Zegler, who won leading actress in a play, while the play itself, directed by Sam Gold, was named favorite play revival, picking up 5 awards. Meanwhile, your boy Cola Scola's anti-historical farce, Oh, Mary, was Broadway.com readers' favorite new play, and director Jamie Lloyd's radically reimagined Sunset Boulevard was named favorite musical revival. So here are the Audience Choice Awards that took place on my mom's birthday last Thursday. So favorite new musical, Death Becomes Her. Favorite new play, Oh, Mary. Favorite musical revival, Sunset Boulevard. Favorite play revival, Romeo and Juliet. Favorite long-running show, Wicked. Shocking. Favorite tour, Wicked. Shocking. Also, keeping in mind, Broadway.com is a lot of a younger generation. So whether that has to do with it or not, not sure. Favorite leading actor in a musical, Darren Criss for Maybe Happy Ending. Favorite leading actress in a musical, Nicole Scherzinger, Sunset Boulevard. Favorite leading actor in a play, Kit Connor for Romeo and Juliet. Favorite leading actress in a play, Rachel Zegler, Romeo and Juliet. Favorite featured actor in a musical, Christopher Sieber with Death Becomes Her. Favorite featured actress in a musical, like every single freaking person in Death Becomes Her, except Josh. Michelle Williams, Death Becomes Her. Favorite featured actor in a play, Kieran Culkin, Glengarry Glen Ross. Favorite featured actress in a play, Zoe Deutsch, Our Town. Favorite diva performance, Nicole Scherzinger, Sunset Boulevard. Favorite funny performance, Jonathan Groff, Just in Time. I could see that, but also it's Johnny. Favorite onstage paired, Megan Hilty and Jennifer Simard with Death Becomes Her. Favorite breakthrough performances, male, Kit Connor. Favorite breakthrough performance, female, Jasmine Amy Rogers, getting some freaking love for Boop the Musical. I'm so happy. Favorite replacement. Guys, these are the categories that they do, and I freaking love it. Favorite replacement, male, Adam Lambert, Cabaret. The Glamberts have been back on our Cabaret group for a little bit. Favorite replacement, female, Eva Noblezada, Cabaret. Favorite new song, For the Gays, Death Becomes Her. Performance of the year, Megan Hilty. Performance of the year for musical. Performance of the year for play, Kit Connor. So again, that breaks down to Death Becomes Her 6, Romeo and Juliet 5, Sunset Boulevard 3, Cabaret 2, Wicked 2, Boop the Musical 1, Glengarry Glen Ross 1, Just in Time 1, Oh Mary 1, Our Town 1. Here's my problem. It's not a problem, but it's something to you guys. Dead Outlaw is not there. Gypsy isn't there. Shows that are really resonating with a lot of people. Is it because of the demographics that are going on Broadway.com for the Audience Choice Awards? Or is it just missing the boat altogether?
I sent you my favorite award recipient video on Messenger for you to play for the people because I can't open it up on my computer. For you to open it up to play for the people.
I was wondering why I had a picture of somebody's cleavage in front of me.
Whose cleavage do you think it is?
It's mine.
It's the one and only cleavage.
I love her so much. Hold on a second. Stand by. Let me open this up. Stand by. Oh my God. I love her though. I love her. I'm so glad that Halloween costume worked out too.
This is the funniest thing.
Hold on a second. Ready?
Yes.
Hold on. Let's show this cleavage. I'm sorry. Look at that.
Oh, unmute while you're unscrolling.
It's unmuted. It's why I went down there, but I was like,
exactly. You had to.
I had to. All right, ready?
Ready?
Thank you so much to Broadway.com and my fan for my Audience Choice Award, along with my brilliant co-star Megan Hilty as favorite onstage pair. But do not tell my are. Thank you so much to Broadway.com and my fan.
Okay, so first off,
my favorite part and my fan.
And my fan, my one fan.
That's you.
But
You're the one fan because you dressed up here for Halloween.
But do not tell my kids because they will be pissed off. I can't because they're the best on stage pair. I
know.
That's
the best part.
I
love
can't.
her so much.
Great acceptance speech. Brava.
So my hand has been jacked up since my nerve test, and it's hard for me to clap. So I've been trying to snap and it hurts, but then I've just been doing this. So this has been my thing since Fringe. If you see me doing this, I'm clapping.
Oh, also, we almost forgot to shout out our favorite Wanda study, Carl Sky Urban.
I was waiting for you to talk about it.
Who had to go on as emergency cover.
Emergency.
Are you going to tell the people? Tell the people.
You go. No, I'm pulling up the video or the picture.
There's no picture.
No, there was a picture backstage. Go on.
Emergency cover. Mimi had to go on as Schneider's. Mimi normally plays Texas. There was no one to go on as Texas. Carl steps in, saves the day, went on as Texas.
You know why though, right?
He's that dance captain.
He's a dance captain. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
There's something up in there. Freaking dance captain. I am sorry. I would have just stood up and clapped every time he was on the stage. As freaking Texas?
As Texas, yeah. Absolutely.
To be in that room.
In Cabaret, I know. Brilliant. A brilliant move.
But also, he's the only one that knows that track.
Yeah, he's the only one that knows that track. So,
but Mimi does a great Baby Schneider, though.
Yeah. Mimi does do a great Baby Schneider. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I thought we were going to give a shout out to Schmackeries for getting me some cookies.
That too.
That I shared with Chris Levy. So shout out to Schmacks. There's so much. We've already run over time, but there's so much Tony's talk. I know. So don't forget, guys, this Sunday, it is our Super Bowl. It is our everything. Tune in for the Tonys, not only because you're watching the Tonys, but tune in to support theater. I will tell you, check out your local theater if you're still looking for a place to see. Sorry, I'm posting this one up. Heather is a goddess. Why, yes. Thank you, Chris Levy. But check with your local theaters, too. I know here in Orlando, the Shakespeare Theater used to do a really fun Tonys party that was free. So you might be able to find something at your local theater or even one of the bigger theaters.
Great idea.
They might be doing a Tony's watch party. Do something. Make it special for yourself. We don't care what's going on the gram, but you know what? Share your photos. We'll probably start a thread on the Broadway Fan Club group where you can share all of your photos. Don't forget, guys, you can find, and we're going to be updating it, meaning I will be updating it as Amber Cooks 1,000 million miles away. And I know what you're going to go do now. But make sure that you guys check out www.thebroadwayfanclub.com, which will show you 103 different fan groups that we run. As Amber shows you, can we just call them Oliver and Claire at this point?
Go put the tea on Oliver. It's you and me now, Oliver, finally.
Which one's which?
This is the girl. Oh, no.
Okay.
This is the girl. This is the boy.
And what are they actually? What kind of puppies are they?
They're Chihuahua.
They're just pure. Are they Applehead Chihuahuas?
I don't know.
I don't know. If they're so. How old are they? Talk about them.
6 weeks old.
Okay. And if people are interested in adopting them?
They have to grow more. And they can contact the Connecticut Humane Society in several weeks.
Or reach out to me or Amber and we'll help you get all that information too. But look at the cute little baby puppies. And this is what I'm going to be doing for the next hours. Well, you can't cook with puppies like that.
True. Take out.
Take it. You're gonna have to like use one hand to order.
I have no debit card.
Oh no! Yeah, Amber got fraud on her account, so feel bad for her. But support us because Amber had fraud happen. You can go to thebroadwayfanclub.etsy.com because the shop is back open after vacation to get all of your custom bracelet needs. Amber would. Wow, you're popular. Amber would pull up the giant sleeve of bracelets, but she has puppies to attend to that are you can't do anything. And I personally will be going up at the end of this month. Oh my God, it's already June. How did this happen? I'll be going up at the end of this month for Broadway Bears and all sorts of fun stuff, but to be announced later. But I will be at one of these hotels, the W Times Square or the Westin Times Square, because they offer us incredible discounts. Plus, they take very good care of our members with their exclusive cluster code E7103. They do not pay us to do this. We just love them so much that they gave us our own code. So go support them like they support us. Oh, and Olivia wanted to know, Amber, do you have your own dog as well?
I do not. I lost my own dog several years ago. And after that, I started working with the shelter and fostering friends in his memory.
Which you can find as Remy's Friends.
Which you could find on Instagram as Remy's Friends.
Yep. So, thank you guys for joining us for an hour and 17 minutes of listening pleasure about the Tonys, all of the Patti drama, and everything else. And we ended it on a happy note with puppies.
Puppies.
I love it. Casey is in the booth right now clapping. I can still see you, Casey, even though you don't want to be on camera. Yay!
I love these babies. I love these little squirrels.
You might not be able to get rid of those, especially if you name them Claire and Oliver. You just need to get them Firefly costumes. I don't know. But thank you guys for joining us each and every Monday, most of the time, night. Next Monday, we will be talking wow, that's a truck outside. We'll be talking all about what happened at the Tonys. I will also post like a Tonys checklist so you guys can play different games or just keep track, see who's going where. We cannot wait to see who wins. Go celebrate theater, celebrate pride, get out there, celebrate community, celebrate the people that you are surrounded by or the people you want to be surrounded by. And remember, each and every Monday night, just because Broadway is dark, we keep that ghost light burning. We keep Broadway here all the time, but we want to just be here for our community. And we have puppies.
And happy Pride.
And happy Pride. And bye to newly deemed Claire and Oliver. And thank you to Casey in the corner, hanging out with us. Boop, boop, boop. And she's commenting on the thread while she's on the back end of things. So we love it. Girl power. All right. Y'all have a great night. Here comes the Southern because I'm tired. And we'll see you guys next week.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye for now. Okay. Let me see these